The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Thursday, April 22nd. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. I'm joined by my brand new co-host. Forget Tony Sanfilippo. We've got the savage one, Tony Spark, here. Tony, how's it going today?
It's going good. First day as the new moniker, Tony Spark. Doing good, man. A little tired from work. Sounds just like your last co-host, but ready for a fun show.
Well, we'll get that spark going. That's why you are Tony Spark.
It usually kicks in about the second hour. So
there you go. Well, the good news is, you'll get to sleep in a little bit over the next 5 days or so. I wanted to let everybody know that we will be running best ofs tomorrow through next Tuesday. Back with live episodes on Wednesday. I'm traveling out of town for a little bit. And so, you know what? We're going to give Tony a little bit of a break while I head on down to see my boys.
No, it'll be a fun weekend, man, down in California. And it'll be a good time. And I'm not complaining about a little extra sleep. That's for sure.
Exactly. Well, folks, let's go ahead and kick things off the way we do each and every day with a question for my co-host, Tony. Back in middle school, high school, we all had science fair projects. Was there a science project that you did that you have fond memories of, something that was a lot of fun to you to put together?
Yeah, we did something. I don't remember the exact experiment, but we did something with sugar cubes. And I remember as a kid, who doesn't like sugar cubes, right? Right. Make you more hyper and stuff. I remember there was some castle thing that we had to do with sugar cube. I don't know what the experiment was, but I remember it being the sugar cubes. The only other things I could think of were things that you can make explode, like your where you put the reaction and they fizzed up and bubbled like a volcano or something. I think we did something like that too, and that was kind of cool.
That's fun. Yeah, I remember one I did where it was all about bending light and how, light refracts and all that. And I had a lot of fun putting that together with like fiber optic cables and things along those lines. Well, all that goes to say that Caden completed his 6th grade science fair project this past week and tackled the challenging task of answering the internet's most burning question. Does your cat's butthole really touch all the surfaces in your home? We had a lot of fun with this. As a disclaimer, no cats were harmed in the process of this science project. The non-toxic lipstick was applied to their bum-bums, and they were given a series of commands: sit, wait, lie down, and jump up. Side note, both cats have been trained since kittenhood with a variety of commands. They also know how to high five, spin around, and speak. They were compensated with lots of praise, pets, and their favorite treats, and the lipstick was removed with a baby wipe once we collected our data in just under 10 minutes. His results and general findings were: long and medium-haired cats' buttholes made no contact with soft or hard surfaces at all. Short-haired cats made no contact on hard surfaces, but we did see evidence of a slight smear on the soft bedding surface. Conclusion: if you have a short-haired cat and they may be lying on a pile of laundry, an unmade bed, or other soft, uneven surface, then their butthole may touch those surfaces. So there you have it. And Caden apparently got an A+ for his project. And you know what? It's good on him for coming up with an original science fair idea.
Yeah, I like that. Creative. I like to just call it a bum bum. Okay.
Right. Well, and they're getting creative with their description as well. But
Yeah.
So if you've ever wondered if your cat's butthole touches every surface in your house, there you go. There's your answer.
Oh, that's a fun one. At least it wasn't something crazy. That normally your opening stories usually tend to be a little on the crazy side, but
Yeah, no severed body parts, no explosives today. Just old-fashioned cat buttholes.
Yay! Nega's a bong.
Well, folks, it is Thursday today. We've got a wonderful show lined up for you today. Let's talk about today's show, shall we?
The third day, all right? Monday, 1 day. Tuesday, 2 day. Wednesday, when? Huh? What day? Thursday. The third day, okay?
It is Thursday, the third day, and as we do on Thursdays, we explore America's penis and the strange things that happen down there. My favorite segment, Florida Man. We have a segment called Secret Sauce. Our call-in topic today is TV Shutoff. What is a TV show that if you walk into the room and it's on, it has to go off because you hate it that much? We have a segment called HR, Humiliating Resources. We round out the day with This Day in History, and Tony is up next with the entertainment news. Folks, do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
Behold, my precious. Ooh, yeah, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude. Cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box. Woohoo! Yee-hoo! Wowzers! With crits starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors.
To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIXmedia.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, dig it?
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show, and we've got a little thing we talk about a couple times each show. It is the Fenix Line, our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys, the listeners and watchers, an opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever. Maybe you did a science experiment involving cat buttholes. We want to hear about it. Give us a call at 855-FENIX-RADIO. That's 855-FENIX-RDO or 855-336-4973. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Now, it is the second segment of this show, and you know what that means. Tony is here with the entertainment news.
Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, April 22nd, and do I still call it that? I guess I still could because it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's the Filippo Fast Five. I was going to say, or the Savage Fast Five, but Filippo kind of works with the F, but
the Savage Speedy Five.
That Filippo Fast Five still works. Yeah. Still kind of rolls. Filippo Fast, whatever. Ronda Rousey is pregnant with her first child. Star Trek and Reading Rainbow's LeVar Burton will be one of the final guest hosts of season 37 of Jeopardy! That would be a good one. Yeah. Kiss biopic shouted out loud, nearing a deal at Netflix. Too bad they didn't call it Love Gun.
See, too about his dick, Ronnie.
But yeah, hopefully they do that one a little bit better than The Dirt. Maybe do that as a series, but yes. Yeah, probably be better to get their entire career. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Oh, Sonic, the little adventures deal go on. Well, the sequel will have Knuckles. He was revealed on the film set. So I think they kind of hinted at that at the end of the first one, or maybe it was Tails.
Yeah, they hinted at Tails. Actually, the very opening of the movie had the Echidnas that were chasing him, but not Knuckles specifically. So
gotcha, yeah. But nonetheless, he'll be in there. Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier, that's a lot of ands. They could all be getting multiple seasons. As for WandaVision, that's far less likely because that was a one-off. But good to hear that even before Loki comes out, that might be getting multiple seasons. And Falcon Winter Soldier, as long as they can keep the action and catch your grip. Don't do episodes like this last week. You'll be fine. Good Lord. Just kind of left a little bit of a sour taste.
A little bit of a snoozer.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. But I digress. And some really good news that came out of left field yesterday. Disney Plus has obviously been home of the streaming home for the MCU, and it's entries from other Marvel series like X-Men and Fantastic Four, which were from the Fox Studios. Sony's Spider-Man movies have been absent from the platform's library until now. Future Spider-Man titles, along with Sony films, will join Disney's library in the future as Disney and Sony have reached a new licensing agreement. The deal comes almost 2 weeks after Sony Pictures and Netflix signed a multi-year contract to give Netflix first-run rights to Sony films after they play in theaters. The new Disney deal covers the period after that, meaning theatrical releases from 2022 to 2026 will head to Disney streaming services and other television networks like FX, ABC, etc. after they leave Netflix. The package only covers U.S. markets. Library rights to other Sony franchises like Jumanji, what's Jumanji, and Hotel Transylvania are covered by the agreement, as well as numerous other titles. One key point to note, Hulu will gain access to titles from Sony's library beginning as early as June. So this is pretty dang big news. It's kind of like Sony is the sister wives, right? They're going to give their first wife Netflix. We can give them a run, and when we get a little bored, we're going to go give our little lover Disney over here the extra love. Great to see that Spider-Man will end up on Disney Plus. But again, everyone pretty much has both streaming services, so you kind of can watch them either way now. But if you like your Marvel page to have, the way to watch the MCU and stuff, pretty big news. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely for the completists of us out there. So, if you've got Disney Plus and you're going through the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe and Spider-Man is noticeably absent, well, you won't have to worry about that much longer. Wow.
Yeah, I wonder if they're able to put like the Sam Raimi or the Andrew Garfield ones on there.
I would imagine
kind of like X-Men and Fantastic Four are on there now.
Right.
Yeah, those ones I feel like would be ready to roll, obviously.
And we know that they're going to be part of the extended Marvel multiverse. So,
do we? They're also, even though like some loose lips can't keep their mouth shut, like Alfred Molina coming out. Oh yeah, I played Doc Ock in it. Way to spoil it, bro. You're supposed to downplay like it's not true. Kayfabe, man, come on. Anyway, so it makes me want to see it that much more anyway, so it's a good thing. Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner confirms that he just wrapped the Disney Plus series Hawkeye. Filming is wrapped, and that's such a repetitive thing. You read the first article, the first part, and then the second part is the same thing. Just I need to start like on the second paragraph. Jeez. So Jeremy Renner first played the role of Clint Barton, a.k.a. Hawkeye, in 2011's Thor, before returning alongside the likes of Captain America and Iron Man in the Avengers. Since then, he has played the role several times throughout the MCU, including Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. The character has had quite the journey across the MCU, beginning with having his brain taken over by Loki before it was then revealed he had a secret family living on a farm when they were killed by the Snap in an event now known as the Blip. Hawkeye took a more violent approach to crime fighting, emerging as his alter ego Ronin. When Barton's family was now restored thanks to the work of the Avengers, he is now ready for his solo adventures in the upcoming Disney Plus series Hawkeye. While not much is yet known about the direction of the series, the addition of Bumblebee star Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop seemingly confirms that at least a part of the series will focus on the relationship between Bishop and Barton. In the comics, Barton takes Bishop under his wing in order to pass on the Hawkeye legacy. Much like Barton, she is a highly skilled archer and martial artist, and has since fought alongside the Avengers with the likes of Cassie Lang, the daughter of Ant-Man, with both characters taking on superhero roles of their predecessors. So it kind of looks like they'll have this thing ready to go by the end of the year to roll out on Disney Plus, which will be good. And definitely you could see Marvel is definitely moving towards that Young Avengers, the next step. So
yeah, and that'll be cool if they sort of compile all of these Young Avengers together for their own TV series, franchise, movie, whatever it is. Just sort of continuing that, what we expect. 3 to 4 movies with ongoing projects each year. More at Marvel, more MCU, the happier I am.
Yep, and MCU does it good, so I'm not worried about any of this. They're going to take these characters and make them into bigger stars. So, I mean, they always do. They always find ways. Kind of a random one, just to step out of the Marvel area a little bit. It was announced yesterday. This had been talked about, but then got scrapped. But have you met Hilary Duff? The younger and Lizzie McGuire star is set to produce and headline How I Met Your Father, the long-awaited How I Met Your Mother spinoff, which received a straight-to-series order at Hulu. Created by Isaac Apter and Elizabeth Berger from This Is Us, the 10-episode offshoot takes place in the near future, as Sophie, played by Duff, tells her son, you guessed it, the story of how she met his father. The retelling catapults us back into the year 2021, where Sophie and her close-knit group of friends are in the midst of figuring out who they are and what they want out of life, and how they fall in love in the age of dating gaps and limitless options. Original series creators Carter Bays and Craig Thomas are on board as executive producers. How I Met Your Father will blend multi and single camera elements to give it a similar look and feel to How I Met Your Mother. Beyond that, it remains unclear how the new series universe will be connected to its predecessor. How I Met Your Mother spinoff has been in in and out of development since 2014 during How I Met Your Mother's final season. So, yeah, that'll be coming up. It jokes. It says, Apker and Berger also commented on the series Pickup, joking, "We hope nobody thinks it's weird that Bob Saget will be playing old Hillary Duff's voice."
I was just going to say that they should do that. I always
just
thought
to be funny.
I always thought it was weird that Bob Saget was the adult version of Ted Mosby, who's already an adult. That never made any sense to me. But we're in the middle of watching How I Met Your Mother right now. And if the comedy, if the timing, the pacing, all of that is similar to How I Met Your Mother, this could be another fun series.
I think it's going to be fun. I'm actually very excited for it. I like the idea of it. And I don't even care if you're using the same elements. It worked It worked. You just got to make sure you get a good cast of characters that blend well. I mean, you look at that cast from How I Met Your Mother. I mean, there was not one bad casting choice. It was everything was perfect, from Ted Mosby to the bartenders throughout the years. Everything about that show, except the last season, was perfect. The last season was a train wreck. It just
it was
one of those. It was totally rushed. You can tell like the creativity juices were just thrown out there, and it just was, there was a lot of distraction because that's at the stage where your actors are demanding more money and you go through the contract, and then you got the bigger stars. Like at the time, Jason, Segel was like, "Hey, I'm going to go do movies. I don't really want to do this anymore." So, but I mean, they still managed to give us a good season. They just really made some of it ridiculous. I'm curious to see if they have like the Barney type character for the girl and stuff like that. I mean, I would hope they don't make it too much like the opposite, but then again, if they do, if you know that there's a Robin and there's a Barney and stuff, hey, whatever.
Yeah, it could be fun to reverse those roles a little bit and see what it would be like for the other side of the coin. Yeah,
it's gonna be neat seeing Lizzie McGuire be Beth Mosby or whatever her name's going to be. I have no idea, but I digress. That is coming soon. And that's it for your entertainment news for April 22nd. Let's spark on over to them birthdays, shall we? Spark. It's birthdays. Oh, birthday people. It is the man, Jack Nicholson, the Joker. He's 83 today. Believe that 83. Wow. John Waters, yes, he's 74. Peter Frampton turned 70. Manager Indians, well, the team formerly known as the Indians, Terry Francona turned 61 today. Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, is 54. Amber Heard, if you're a Johnny Depp fan, you could give two rats' ass less about her birthday today, but she's 34. Machine Gun Kelly is 30, and that is it. Those are your big name birthdays. Unless you are a Silverchair fan, then Daniel Johns is 41. So if you like Silverchair and it's still the anthem for the year 2000, then happy birthday to you. Other than that, it's a bunch of names that we don't know. So happy birthday, everybody. Enjoy your day, and all birthdays this weekend. Happy birthday. We won't read you out, so hopefully we'll hit your birthday up next year.
Well, there you go. That does it for the entertainment news. When we come back, it is my favorite segment of the week. Yes, we're talking Florida Man. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Goobo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Indeed. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show, and we are all over social media with many of you watching us as we speak on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Now, if you want to get a hold of me on social, I'm available at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. That's Kristian with a K, Fenix with an F, radio, of course, with an R, or on Instagram and Twitter at Fenix Media Radio. Tony's available at facebook.com/Tony Spark 81. That's Tony SPARK 81, or on Instagram at Tony.Sanfilippo81.
Look, it's the Savage One. He's a sexy little beast. Look at that guy. You can friend him. You can follow him. Oh my God, he's got his own page you can join. It's great.
And he won't deny your friend request, which is the best thing.
Nope. Nope. Unless you send me a Richard pick and then you're out.
Exactly.
I don't want none of that.
Folks, as we do on Thursdays, we like to explore America's penis and the strange things that happen down there.
Hello, Goobo!
Yes, it's time for my favorite segment of the week. It's time for Florida Man.
You share with us?
The male erection, pitching a tent, sporting wood, bicycles formed, marches on.
So Jonathan.
Stiffy, Mr. Mortis. Rigor mortis is set in. Flesh rocket, Jack's Magic Beanstalk, Tall Tommy, Mushroom on a Stick, Mr. Mushroom Head, Purple-Headed Yogurt Slinger, and Pedro.
Pedro?
Yeah, I like talking about Pedro. There's a lot of crazy stuff that comes out of that purple-headed yogurt slinging state there. And with that, we're going to Panama City, Florida, where a Florida panhandle man has been arrested after authorities say he broke into a woman's home and car to leave underwear he wanted her to wear. I was going to say underwear.
Underwear.
Why have you came? The victim told me. Yes, Janosch, it's weird. The victim told Bay County Sheriff's officials she found the underwear along with handwritten notes. She said that underwear had been stolen from her home. Last week, the victim's boyfriend heard someone enter the home and, according to an arrest report, saw her neighbor, Ned Flanders, 58-year-old, in the kitchen. It wasn't Hi Diddly Hi Ned Flanders. It was a name I'm just going to call him Sanchos because it's a weird first name, but the last name is Sanchos. So I'm just going to call him, are you Sanchos? No, but I am Sanchos.
We know he was Hi Diddly something.
Yeah, he was. He was a little panty sniffer. The Panama City News Herald reports that Sanchos was charged Wednesday with stalking, 3 counts of burglary of an unoccupied dwelling and burglary of an occupied dwelling, and didn't say much else more for being a panty sniffer stealing underwear guy. But you're a little creepy. No big deal. Let's go to Orlando because at around 4:30 a.m. Osceola. Oh, man, I'm sure I butchered that. So if you're listening from Florida, I mean, you're already offended because we're already calling it a penis, but I just butchered your county. Fire, I sparked it. I didn't add it. I just sparked it up. I like that. I sparked it up instead of I effed it up. Fire. Oh, wait, anyways, I digress. Let's get back on track, Tony. Anyways, they report to a house fire and gunshots on the scene. Deputies found a neighbor across the street from the burning home who was suffering from gunshot wounds. More shots began to come from the burning house as firefighters tried to put out the fire. The shooter was able to hit one emergency vehicle, but no crew members were harmed. Once the fire was put out, SWAT team members entered the home and found the lone shooter dead. It is unclear how the man died. Seems pretty obvious how he died, but okay. Police have yet to release the identity of the shooter. So basically, Florida man shoots at fire rescue from inside burning home. But we don't know how he died.
Right.
And I ain't Nostradamus, but the dude probably got shot and no one said anything. They're probably like, look, if this asshole wants to shoot at us and we're trying to put out a fire and save him, screw him. He's either going to become Freddy Krueger and burn to death, or we're going to take him out. So, I mean, it doesn't seem too hard, right?
Yeah, either that or he offed himself.
Stupid is,
Yeah.
sir.
There you go, Forrest. Jeez Louise. Let's go to Marion County, Florida, where a suspect in Florida found out the hard way what happens when you run from the law. According to a post from Marion County Sheriff's Office Facebook page, a deputy was on patrol last week when he spotted a man with multiple warrants. He then requested backup from another deputy and his canine. The sheriff's office said that when the suspect, identified as William Ames, saw the deputies, he started running. That's when the canine named Tipster and his handler went to work tracking Ames. Video shows Tipster using his keen sense of smell to track and eventually find Ames in a wooded area. Once Tipster finds the suspect and jumps on, Ames starts screaming repeatedly. I can only imagine that's funny. Ames said that he thought due to coronavirus that law enforcement wasn't looking for wanted individuals. He was arrested and faces multiple charges, including resisting an officer without violence. I swear I didn't.
It's for you.
Yeah, I didn't know. I got coronavirus. I was exempt from everything. I might have robbed the little old lady and a liquor store and a bank, but I figured coronavirus, bitch. I thought we were safe. That was like a clean break.
Coronavirus.
Yeah. You had it. I'm proud of you.
I am.
What an idiot. Oh, let's go to Tampa, one of my favorite cities. Henry Caballero was beating on the windows of a Checkers restaurant in Tampa because he was upset the store had no more lettuce for his sandwich. I think this is not the first time we've had somebody flip their lid over lettuce. So this is a different story, but it sounds familiar. He was yelling and screaming at employees, causing them to fear for their safety, prompting the call to police. It was McDonald's last time, right?
I think it was, yeah.
It was McDonald's. Well, this happened at Checkers. Police arrived at the Checkers around 11:30 p.m. The man was inside his car and he refused to identify himself, so an officer removed him from the vehicle. The defendant was uncooperative with him and denied the allegations. He was charged with disorderly conduct in an establishment and resisting an officer without violence. Over lettuce, man.
Has
Hey!
gone mad?
Give me a shitty-ass lettuce, man.
Right.
So I wanted some shitty-ass lettuce.
I'd be more upset if they put lettuce on my burger after asking for none.
Sir, you should be upset that you're eating at Checkers.
Right.
You should be happy you did not eat the lettuce there and have to blow out your asshole the next day. I mean, just saying. You should just be more alert of that. Yeah. Let's go back to Orlando, to Universal Orlando, where some idiot named Frederick Lewis, who's from Fort Lauderdale, purchased vacation packages through Universal's call center between March of 2019 and June of 2020. He used stolen credit card numbers belonging to 36 different people. He and others would then use the tickets and hotel reservations and exchange them for Universal gift cards. After noticing Lewis had purchased several packages using compromised credit cards, Universal investigators contacted the Secret Service in June of 2020. Lewis used 20 different phone numbers when calling Universal, but he frequently gave Universal agents the same callback number. The Secret Service found Lewis' social media profiles through his phone number and was able to match his voice from social media videos to Universal call recordings. Secret Service detained Lewis on June 25th, 2020, while he was visiting Universal's Volcano Bay. Lewis told one of the agents he knew what he was doing was sketchy, and he gave them his phone number. They found a device he used to access the website that sells stolen credit card numbers. Lewis was arrested on October 8th. He pleaded guilty to 2 charges of trafficking and counterfeit device on January 6th. He was sentenced to 37 months on Wednesday, April 14th. As a part of his sentencing, he was ordered to pay $30,780.82 in restitution to Universal Orlando Resort and will face 3 years of supervised release.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
For real. And it took that long to get sentenced, too. Right. This happened all from 2019 to 2020. Then he gets arrested and he met his maker on the 14th. So,
but it's coronavirus. I thought they weren't capturing criminals.
Yeah, not. Poor Frederick Lewis didn't play that. And then this guy, let's go down to the crazy town. So this guy is just an idiot. Doesn't really have much of where's my story? In the age of deepfake videos and advanced CGI tech, digital special effects can be so convincing as they blur the line between reality and deception beyond recognition. But rest easy, there was a video of a driver bashing through a traffic arm and jumping a Hyundai Santa Fe over the gap of a rising drawbridge in Daytona Beach, Florida, is not movie magic nor a stage stunt. That is just some real deal Florida man excellence. According to Fox 35 Orlando, a security camera position on Main Street Bridge recorded the driver's brief flight on Monday morning. It shows a second-generation Hyundai Santa Fe speeding up the 2-lane bridge towards the pair of red and white traffic arms that were supposed to control traffic when the deck is going up. The driver keeps his right foot down and barrels through the traffic arm when he immediately brakes and leaves a hideous white scar of spiderweb glass across the entire width of the windshield. Aside from a frontal makeover complete, the driver speeds up the drawbridge's rising summit with unflinching determination. If you freeze frame this video, which we don't have the video, sorry, I am Ron Burgundy, he appears to be on the phone, and then he soars. Landing on the other side, it's not a huge jump, but a dangerous one nonetheless. The Santa Fe just keeps trucking. The rising bridge blocks camera views for a few seconds. The vehicle goes right through the second arm on the way out, heading towards the beach. Headed to the beach, of course. You'll notice another driving on the other side, just staring and videoing him. As you imagine, police are looking for the driver, and little update, they did find him. But didn't say what happened. But wow, the video, you got to check it out. Just type in Florida man jumps rising drawbridge. Watch the video. You could see the whole maniac do the thing. And that's it for Florida man. We could go on and on because there's a hell of a lot more. But we'll end it on Mr. Fast and Furious out of Orlando. And that's it for Florida Man, baby.
They need to rename that car the Hyundai General Lee. Well,
Yeah.
folks, that does it for Florida Man. God, I love that segment. When we come back, we've got a segment called Secret Sauce. Don't go anywhere.
Ew!
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks, to the final segment of the first hour of this episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. But if you missed a portion of the show or you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Amazon, about 20 in all. While you're there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think and tell your friends because sharing is caring. Now, speaking of sharing, in this segment that I've titled Secret Sauce, came across a list of people who saw something they were never, ever supposed to see, hence the secret portion of it. And I do have to warn people in advance that while they're, for the most part, pretty tame to some degree,
Viewer discretion is advised.
Ruh-roh!
Go! So let's go ahead and run down these secrets that people weren't supposed to find out. For instance, this one from Fujoshi Sad said, my Spanish teacher with my geography teacher in underwear in an empty classroom. Yeah, apparently he was just showing her the different parts of the geography, from the mountain tips to the valley crevices, I guess.
Ooh, I like you said tips there. That was good.
Moving on with Secret Sauce, this one from Unobtrusive Hippo says, in high school, I found a document on my dad's computer that was basically a diary of his massive crush on another woman. I don't know why I opened it, and it felt really bad, but he probably shouldn't have kept it on a computer he let me use. It was weird, but I never told anyone and tried not to think about it. My parents are still together, and they seem mostly happy.
Yeah, I think it's fine to have, like, I think you're always going to have, like, the great white buffalo, maybe. You might, right? But you don't keep a diary about it, especially if you've committed to another woman and stuff. Then you just, you move forward. You don't live in the past. Like, you dwelling on that's not good.
Yeah. Don't cheat if you're in a relationship, but at the same time, don't leave digital evidence to that as well.
Yeah. You don't hold on to that. Wow.
Moving on with Secret Sauce. Speaking of digital evidence, this from CSlap420 says, my sister discovered that someone had searched pregnant erect nipples on the home computer. My dad and I both denied it, and we were the only two males in the house. It wasn't me.
Wow.
Again, that goes back to a shared computer. Clear that browsing history. People are into some weird stuff, but I wonder if somebody we know maybe looked that one up. I think you know who I'm talking about. Has a fascination with nipples, needless to say.
Yeah, definitely.
What are you doing, step bro?
Oh, dirty.
Moving on with Secret Sauce, secrets people were never ever supposed to see. This from Azriel Rising 84 says, I was about 5 years old and I woke up to the snow finally starting to melt. I noticed a girl asleep in the garden. I went and told my dad, who took one look and told me to go play in my room. Turns out the girl had been asleep in our front garden for about 2 weeks, buried and frozen under the snow. Actually, that's more of a fatality.
Yeah, that's it's like the opening minutes, 7 minutes of Mortal Kombat right there. Did you get a chance to watch that?
I haven't watched it yet. I want to save it for the theater.
Yeah, I watched 7 minutes. I can tell you, it was Chilly Willy.
Ooh, fun. Let's keep moving on, talking Secret Sauce. This one from DLiza003. My mom's phone got a notification while it was charging. Curious, I checked to see what it was. It was a text message from some guy saying, I'm going to have your pee for breakfast. Fill in that blank yourself. I've never checked her phone since.
Drop!
Hopefully, the mom and dad weren't together and this was some other random dude. But don't go check other people's notifications for that exact reason.
You don't need to read it. It's not your business.
Exactly. Speaking of not your business, moving on with Secret Sauce, secrets people were never, ever supposed to see. This one from Responsible Proof 624 says, when I was still married, my wife had left her phone on to run to the bathroom while I was in bed. I looked at it for the time and found it was left open to a secret Gmail account she was using for sending literally hundreds of nudes back and forth between many, many dudes. For years up until that night, she was fully 6 months pregnant. Mostly original stuff, too. I think that hurt more.
Ooh. That's almost as bad as this guy knew. Like when he was, like he found his girl was cheating on him because he was on his iPhone and then they were upstairs on their iPad having like dirty messages back and forth. And then it was showing up on that person's iPhone. Weird.
Yeah,
how that goes. Yeah, you're just not supposed to read that, but then you horribly just read it. Sure, that was very
bastard. Oh.
I'm sure that was very hard on that individual.
Well, let's keep moving on, talking Secret Sauce. This one from Send Noodles 2748.
Send Noodles, man. They better be from Noodles and Company.
Yeah, better than sending nudes that you don't want. for instance, D-pics to Tony Spark 81 at Facebook.
Yeah, I don't want none.
When I was 13-ish, I went into our computer room just in time to finish seeing my dad send an email that said, "I love you," and some other stuff to a woman who wasn't my mom. He tried to cover my eyes and act like he was joking around. I promptly left and went back a while later. I tried getting in his email, but he had changed the password. We all knew it because the family used his email to log into a lot of stuff. I never told my mom. A few years later, he divorced my mom, and she asked me for help getting proof of him cheating from the laptop he had also used. I found graphic Craigslist messages that he had sent and received. Just going to add a PSA here to parents. Don't effing ask your child to do this. Take it to a goddamn PC shop and save your child the emotional and mental scars. Yeah, I don't think that one's worth the Peter Griffin line. Yeah.
Yeah, damn. Who was he banging?
It's Brittany, bitch.
What a bastard.
Let's move on, talking secret sauce from Hazed and Confused. And Tony, I think you can appreciate this one, having worked in a video store. In my high school Spanish class, our teacher had taped a telenovela for us to watch. When she put the VHS tape in, there was about 25 seconds of a porno that played, a topless woman moaning. Out of a class of around 30 kids, only about 5 of us looked around at each other and locked eyes with a, "Did anyone else just effing see that?" look. Our teacher must have taped over an old porno VHS of hers. You don't want to
that reminds me of the Batman versus Robin. Everybody, chill out.
Oh, and then finally here in Secret Sauce, I may have saved the best or worst for last. This from Doth Taraki says, "My grandparents were both a bit deaf. I was downstairs prepping dinner and called out to them. No response. I placed their plates on a tray instead and walked upstairs to their room, their door half open. Saw my fully naked grandma riding my fully naked grandpa like they have no aches and pains. It's weird. Like normally they do everything in slow-mo. Apparently not."
Oh my gosh. That one warrants a...
That would be a hard pill to swallow. You know, luckily I've never walked in on any relatives doing anything of that nature, but I think it would be even worse with your grandparents.
Yeah, you would not be going,
Well, folks, that does it for the first hour of this episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. We are headed into the long break. Enjoy the news, take a potty break, grab yourself some tea, and join us back here in about 7 minutes. We'll see you all then. You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. Look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Hamilton the Pug, Instagram star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open, don't speak with your mouth full, keep your elbows off the table. Share your things, play nice, and generally treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media, the multiverse of pop culture entertainment. To explore our complete lineup of quality programs, head over to phoenixmedia.us or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Benji Hire. The United States will attempt to reassert its global leadership on climate change as President Joe Biden prepares to speak with 40 world leaders at a virtual event on Thursday, where America is unveiling an updated carbon pledge to halve its emissions by 2030. China's President Xi Jinping and Boris Johnson, whose country is due to host the COP26 conference in November, will attend the summit, where the UK's Prime Minister will stress the need to get serious about tackling climate change. India has recorded roughly 315,000 new coronavirus cases over just 24 hours. That's the highest one-day tally anywhere in the world. Deaths rose by more than 2,000 in the same time period, the nation's worst daily toll. It brings the country's total confirmed cases close to 16 million, second only to the US's 32 million. From New Delhi, Ishan Garg reports.
Hospitals across the country are reporting a severe shortage of oxygen, and people are taking to social media desperate to find help with hospital beds and life-saving drugs. Some experts claim that India will hit a peak with close to 400,000 cases in 2 to 3 weeks, but others say the country should prepare for worse.
There's only a matter of days left to rescue 53 crew members of a missing naval submarine before they run out of oxygen, according to Indonesia's Navy. The vessel's thought to have disappeared about 100 kilometers off the coast of Bali on Wednesday morning. Ships from multiple countries, helicopters, and hundreds of people are involved in the search. Unknown gunmen have attacked yet another school in Nigeria's northwest Kaduna state, killing one person and kidnapping an unverified number of students. Our correspondent Philahaza has more details from Abuja.
The Kaduna State Internal Security and Home Affairs Office confirmed the attack on Greenfield University, which occurred on Wednesday evening. A staff member of the private tertiary institution was killed in the attack. However, no details have been given on the number of students abducted. The latest attack is the fifth of its kind on academic institutions in Nigeria since December.
The US ambassador to Moscow, John Sullivan, has left Russia. He returns to Washington, D.C. at the request of Moscow, from where Julia Chapman reports.
Ambassador Sullivan will remain in the United States for several weeks amid a diplomatic standoff with Russia. It follows fresh American sanctions over accusations of election meddling and hacking. Washington targeted a number of Russian individuals and enterprises, as well as expelling 10 of the country's diplomats. Russia's response went even further, recommending the ambassador go home and severely restricting US consular operations in the country.
And NASA's Perseverance rover has made breathable oxygen on Mars. A unit inside the rover, which landed on the surface of the red planet in February, converted the carbon dioxide atmosphere into the equivalent to what an astronaut on Mars would need to breathe for roughly 10 minutes. From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets, and they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke. When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No. Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this. To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat. Cool. Very cool. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Welcome back, folks, to the second hour of this episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Thursday, April 22nd. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. Still joined by my brand new co-host. Boy, words are hard today. My brand new co-host, Mr. Tony Spark. Tony, how you holding up? Are you ready for the fastest hour of the day?
I sure am, man, and I'm Sparkalicious. Okay, that was stupid. Now we won't go with that part. No.
Yeah,
I might try things here and there, and that just sounded lame.
Yeah. You went in with it with a lot of confidence, but came out of it with maybe.
Yeah, that was more of a yeah, nah. But I'm good, man. I thought that first hour went by really quick, and we can only imagine how fast this one's gonna go.
Oh yes. Well,
big
folks,
change from yesterday. Yesterday's was kind of a slower pace, but I don't know.
And just as we hit our stride, I did want to mention again that for the next 5 days or so, we're going to be running best ofs, not including the weekend. So tomorrow being Friday, Monday, Tuesday, we'll be back on Wednesday with a brand new episode. But, just so you guys know and can.
Words will be hard that day.
They will be hard that day. Now, it is the interactive portion of the show where we want to hear from you guys, the listeners and watchers, which is why we give our call-in topic of the day 24 hours in advance. Hopefully, you guys give us a call on the Fenix Line at 855-FENIX-RADIO. Of course, you can chime in live on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Just click into the live video there and comment with your pick. Or if you join us in the next segment, you can chat with us live on the Stereo app at stereo.com/Fenix Media. With that being said, today's topic of the day is TV shutoff. What made me think about this is, I mentioned I'm going out of town this weekend, going to visit the boys. And when I'm out of town, Jessie takes the opportunity to watch the TV shows that she wouldn't otherwise really watch with me here. I do the same when she goes out of town. We've got our staple of shows that we like to watch together, but she's got ones that she likes watching. And every once in a while, I'll come home or I'll walk in and she's watching one of these shows in particular, and I just can't. It turns my stomach. And she's gracious enough to know that, if she asks on one of my shows, I'll turn it off. She'll turn this one off. And so that's what we're talking about. What is a show that you hate so much that it goes off immediately? And for me, even though I mentioned in the little comment in setting up this yesterday, keeping up with the Kardashians, I think that's sort of a staple for most people. But it's actually the stuffy British shows, particularly recently Bridgerton, which
son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's basically a like an alternative history retelling of Victorian age England, and along the lines of like Downton Abbey, but with more newer social norms. It's more woke, whatever you want to call it, and it's just so goddamn boring. I can't do it. I tried hanging in there for 5 minutes, and not for me. So that for me is the one show or the one type of show that if I walk into the room and it's on, it's going off. Tony, what about you?
Well, it's just me, so I don't have, that's one kind of nice thing. I don't have to deal with anybody's shows. I get to put on what I want because it's just me. But back in the day when I would share the TV and stuff, one that came to mind was Gilmore Girls. That used to drive me nuts. Yeah, like she was all about it. And it'd be one of those things like with her, if I tried to leave the room because I couldn't get into it, she'd be like, you never want to spend time with me, or you never watch what I want to watch. And so I'd have to tough it out sometimes. And I could only take so much Lorelai and Rory, man. And
I'm so sorry.
It was rough, man. So I would have to say, I would agree with like with the Kardashians. There's no way in hell I'd watch that.
No.
I have tried to watch some reality shows with people. Like when my sister comes over, she'll watch some sometimes, and I'm just like, these are stupid. Like, but they're not as bad. But Gilmore Girls is the only one I can remember being kind of where I was just like, anywhere but here. And it's like you couldn't fall asleep because then you get a lecture. Be like, you didn't pay attention. It's like, I don't care about Lorelai or Rory.
Oh, yeah. That show, I think, if it was 10 years ago, I would include that in mine as well. The dialogue was so painful to listen to. When people write TV dialogue, it's supposed to be natural and flowing. And this was very like AB, like, it would cut back and forth between the two people that were talking and be like, how are you? I am good. What are you doing today? Oh, nothing much. Oh, did you see Lorelai? No, I only saw Rory. It would just go back.
You had to watch the show too, didn't you?
Unfortunately, I saw more of it than I cared to.
Yep. Yeah, I was like, wait, you're taking me back about 10 years, man, because that's exactly how the acting was in that. But it was rough, man. Rough.
So bad.
Rough,
So
I
bad.
tell you.
Well, folks, that's what we are talking about. That's what we want to hear from you on, is a TV show that you hate so much that it gets turned off immediately. Head over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Comment there, or you can join us on the Stereo app after the next break. And folks, when we come back, it is all about you. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Behold my precious. Ooh, yeah, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, yeah, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude! Cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box.
Woohoo! Yee-hoo!
Wowzers! With crits starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors. To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIX media.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, dig it?
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. We are smack dab in the middle of the interactive portion of the show where we want to hear from you guys, the listeners and watchers, on our topic of the day. Now, if you do want to chime in, head over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Click into the live video there and type in your pick in the comments section, or you can join us here momentarily on the Stereo app and chat live with us about today's topic. What is a TV show that you hate so much that it gets turned off immediately? Before the break, I mentioned Bridgerton and these, the stuffy Victorian age British dramas. I can't do it. Tony mentioned Gilmore Girls, which is a perfect example of garbage television. And so that's what we're looking for. So, Tony, I assume you reached out to our usual Phoenix fans, our cast of characters.
I did, buddy. And we'll go to Stacy, who said Reba. I can't stand her.
Interesting.
I like to show Reba. And American Pickers. Can't stand them.
I like American Pickers, but I like it more for the little things that they find, a little less about their personalities.
Yeah, because it's funny. We should go on a thing. It does spark a good debate of just shows you don't like. These are ones you can't stand. Like with the Ghost Hunters shows, I know Lacey wouldn't agree, but there was I liked Ghost Hunters, but I didn't like the other one with Zach, the big muscle guy. Like, what were they called? She'll chime in. Friday will pop in a sec, I'm sure. But it seems so fake to me. Oh, I heard it. It was a scratch. It's a ghost.
They got overly excited about the stupidest things. Like, there'd be a videotape with a door that like slightly closes over the period of 3 hours. They'll be like, oh my God, did you see that? Oh my God.
Or like they watch the video and there's like a little like bug that flies by. Like, it's an orb. And sometimes with orbs are spirit energies. They were ghost hunters, weren't they? Ghost hunters.
No, Ghost Hunters was the good one on Sci-Fi.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I just said
this was like Ghost Adventures or something.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was really bad. The Carson City one was impressive, but that was about it. I digress. But so she chimed in with that, and then Mike and Lacey chimed in. And Lacey said, freaking Kardashians and any Real Housewife show. Amen.
Yes. And actually, back in the day when I lived in Southern California, I knew one of the Real Housewives of Orange County because I worked with her husband, and just how scripted it was is ridiculous. And, that didn't reflect their real life whatsoever.
No, but she had a really nice lady in real life.
She was.
And then on TV, she was probably a scathing bitch, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They always highlighted the nastiness.
Yeah, that's what it sounds. That's why when some of the membership ladies are like, "Oh, you should go do The Bachelor." I'm like, "No, because I'm not an asshole that's dating like 7 or 10 chicks, and I don't have 12-pack abs. I got 2 and then a flubbosaurus after that. You ain't much I can do with that for television." So
hey, you got the sexy white teeth.
I do. It'd be kind of weird. I'm too short too. You gotta be like really tall and just like really ripped, and you gotta be a real asshole. I mean, I fallen in love on my first date, and I just can't do it anymore. Speaking of Bachelor, Jamie chimed in. She said every time her roommate Tori has the TV on in the room, and if it's The Bachelor or Bachelorette, she has to put her AirPods in because she feels like she would lose her brain cells listening to that petty fake shit. It's just mostly nonsense of drama, but she loves it. That's what I'm talking about. So before I read it, this is exactly what it is. That's actually where Juan Pablo came from. Did you know that?
Is it really?
Yeah, he was a bachelor. And I remember my roommate Kyle, for some reason, was watching it. Maybe he was watching The Bachelorette. It was one of them. And I was upstairs playing with the Mac, and I just kept hearing Juan Pablo this and Juan Pablo that and Juan Pablo this. I go, there, Juan Pablo, and then I think it was more nasally. The first Juan Pablo was nasally. I think it was, hello, I am Juan Pablo. It's funny or something. It went something like that.
I like what he evolved into, but it was
he was more pizzazz. There was more saccharine. There was more spice to him after that.
A little more spark.
A little more spark to that. But yeah, that's all that chimed in. And you know what? I agree with everybody's picks there. American Pickers, I don't hate either. They're always wheeling and dealing some grumpy ass old person in the woods. How much is it going to take to get that piece of rusty metal from you? I don't know if I can part ways with that, but I sure reckon that I invited you for a reason. I'll be willing to trade it for about $200. I figure that might be the moving price. It's pretty sentimental to me. So yeah, some of that crap is kind of dumb.
And I get the sense that just like Pawn Stars is, there's a certain amount of setup where, they'll bring this historical piece of whatever it is, and they'll make a bid on it and make a big deal out of it. And they probably don't really buy it.
No, well, and that's the thing too. Come on, Rick. I was thinking that on the break too. I like Pawn Stars, but it was always such bullshit. Like Rick going, do you mind if I call somebody? And then he always had a historian for something. Like
an expert.
Yeah, and then ironically he had Count Chocula, the guy that does the cars with Count's costumes. It's not Count Chocula, but Count. He's like, let me call the Count. And he goes, yeah, man, that spark plug. Yeah. It was back in 1963. It was a part of racing history. And check out my tattoos and my stuff, man. I'd say it's legit. Yeah. It's the same all the time. They had the same little fat guy from Jurassic Park that would come wheeling in with the straw hat and the glasses. Historian. I'm sensing Spark's kind of more of an asshole character, and he cusses a little more.
I like it. Before we get over to the stereo app, the other one that just popped into my mind is these garbage reality music shows like The Masked Singer, where everybody's like, who's the celebrity under there? And then they reveal
I was so shocked.
It was like little Timmy, who appeared on one episode of Happy Days back in 1984. It's like, come on.
No, I feel like that show really, really jumped the shark when they unmasked Kermit the Frog.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, are you effing kidding me? Are you insulting everyone's intelligence? Like Kermit the Frog is not flipping real, dude. It's a puppet.
But he's a huge celebrity.
Yay! Will's gram smells like porn.
Needless to say, we are very particular about our TV selections.
Yeah. I tried for my friend Annie. I tried to watch it. It is pretty painful.
Yeah, can't do it.
No, Kermit was enough for me. I was like, no, I'm out.
We've got about 4 minutes left in the segment, so it's that time to switch over to Stereo Roulette, fire up the Stereo app, and I want to remind everybody again that just like life, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. It is truly, truly live, and so people can say just about anything. There's certain things we'll put up with, things we won't. So Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's go ahead and fire this baby on up. All right, looking for a chat partner.
Come on.
How's it going? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show. Or not.
Bye.
And sometimes, it's great right out of the gate. Yeah. How are you doing? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio. Nope.
I like how you rhymed it, and then he got scared. He's like grunting. He's like,
no.
Mortal Kombat only bit.
How you doing?
Mortal Kombat! I love it. Tell us about Mortal Kombat. No? But he was talking about Mortal Kombat.
I know. And then all of a sudden got quiet.
He got scared. He goes, oh, shit. They talked to them. They heard me.
Somebody is actually talking with me? That's crazy. How are you doing? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show.
Hello.
Okay, very good.
Welcome to the show, bud.
Okay, very good. I'm in.
We're talking about TV shows that, what is a TV show that you hate so much that you have to turn it off whenever it comes on? Maybe it's on in the room and you just can't do it.
News. I hate news.
News. Interesting. Yeah, it's so negative. There's so much hate and so much sadness. I would agree with that. I think that's
it's good. Yeah, I can't do the news either, man. That's a really good one.
Well, we appreciate you chiming in. We're going to keep moving on, but drop us a follow, and hopefully we'll have you on again in a future show.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks, buddy. You too.
All right.
I'm in danger.
Let's keep rolling on. How you doing? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
So we're talking TV shows today. What is a TV show that you hate so much it has to be turned off immediately?
TV show?
Yes.
Sports.
Yeah.
Sports, interesting. The funny thing is your little avatar here has a LA Dodgers hat on. Is it specific sports that you don't like?
Like golf? Golf is pretty cool.
You talk to me, bro? I hear another voice.
Yeah, hi. This is Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show.
Yeah, we're moving on. Hopefully time for one more.
I heard a voice. Yeah, you did. It's a ghost. Go
How
on
you
and
doing
admit
today? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show.
Hello there.
Hi, Obi.
Just one more. Just one
Come
more.
on, come on.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Great. So we are talking TV shows.
How about you?
What is a TV show that you hate so much that it has to be turned off immediately as soon as you see it?
Let me see. WandaVision.
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 I hate.
What did you not like about it?
Nah, I mean, that's not a Marvel TV series. That's a comedy. It's not a Marvel TV series.
Interesting. All right. I get that it's not for everybody. Well, good pick. We appreciate you chiming in. Drop us a follow, and hopefully we'll have you on a future show.
Of course.
You make like a tree and get out of here.
Well, folks, that does it for this segment. We had some pretty good interaction. A couple,
some good interaction for sure. Is that a voice? Yes, it's a ghost.
When we come back, we've got a segment called HR Humiliating Resources. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is Kristian Fenix radio show. We've got a little thing we talk about a couple times each show. It is the Fenix Line, our 24-hour day, 7-day week voicemail line, giving you guys the opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever, including our call-in topic of the day, which we just wrapped up. Now, keep in mind, we won't have another call-in topic until Wednesday of next week, as we're taking a couple days off, so you can enjoy the best ofs, and we'll post what that topic is on Tuesday, so that way you guys can chime in. Now, if you want to do so, give us a call on the Fenix Line at 855-FENIX-RADIO. That's 855-FENIX-RDO, or 855-336-4973 for the alphanumerically impaired. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Now, in this segment that I've titled HR Humiliating Resources, we're talking about, well, HR human resources. And as they are supposed to be in the corporate environment, they are supposed to be your sort of liaison to navigating, any issues that you have in that corporate environment, whether it's interpersonal, whether it's with a boss, whether it's, certain job duties. And they're the ones who are supposed to keep everything on the level. Well, it's not always the case, and HR is not always your friend. Tony, any instances of an HR interaction that you've had sometime in the past that didn't work out the way you quite expected?
No, I've actually was just saying yesterday that we are lucky where I work. We have a fantastic HR staff. I mean, we have a great HR manager, but just an excellent payroll clerk who's super patient, knowledgeable, even though you could tell like there's a lot of things that annoy her, but she's so good with it. And even her backup is great. So I have nothing of recent memory. Now, when I first started with the company half my life ago, it's weird to think about. I've been there half my life. It's kind of weird. But half a century ago, my payroll clerk was nasty, mean dude. She would not answer questions. And every time you asked a simple thing like, hey, how do I add benefits? Or how do I do this? it was always met with a scathing, like, don't bother me with your stupid questions. And it's like, dude, I have to go to you because you're the one that understands it, not me. Like, that's why I'm coming to you. So I used to have a really unapproachable person way long time ago when I first started. But today, fantastic. I mean,
good.
I think she's top notch. So
Yeah,
shout out, Tara. Top notch.
That's the way HR should be, helpful and, help you navigate, that corporate world. But I've got a list of stories here that's not necessarily the case. So let's go ahead and kick things off here with HR Humiliating Resources.
I got a bad feeling about this.
All right. This first one from Aussie Collector says, during an exit interview with my last job, HR asked me where I was going next. HR says, so what's the name of the company you're moving to next? Me. I'm not really comfortable disclosing that. HR, are you sure? It would really help us out. Me, I'd rather not say. HR, well, it's company policy. You need to tell us. Me, I said no. And if you continue further, you'll be hearing from my lawyer. HR, shocked Pikachu face. Yeah, there are certain things that they are allowed to ask you and certain things that they are absolutely not allowed to ask you. And if you don't feel comfortable answering something, don't answer it.
No, and on the way out, what they should have just presented was, what could we have done better? Is there any particular reason why you're leaving? Things like that. And if you say, no, I just got a different job. Okay, well, what could we have done better? A whole exit interview typically is to just figure how that company could be better for the employees. So that way they don't leave. The whole point is no one likes turnaround. It's a pain in the ass to hire and get everybody prepped. It's not an easy process. So you're just trying to fix it. But yeah, you can't do that and say, well, it's company policy. Well, here's your thing. It's up your butt and around the corner. I ain't telling you. Like, I don't have to tell you,
Well, it amazes me that, upper management and HR, they think that you as an employee have to be loyal to them and only them. And, if you leave for a better opportunity, then, you're shitting all over everything that they did for you.
Yeah. Unless you're signed to a contract with that place, you are free to go at any time. Nobody's keeping you there but yourself.
Well, let's keep rolling on talking HR Humiliating Resources.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Times that HR was not what they expected. This one from D14BLO said, I went to HR to report that my team's manager was illegally shorting all of our paychecks. HR's response was to adopt a new company-wide policy addressing the paycheck issue and back paying most people for a certain amount, and also to frame me for work avoidance. HR and IT disabled part of my login account through a tool we used, and then fired me a few months later after failing to fix the problem and allowing me to actually do my job. They tried to deny my unemployment claim afterward, told the unemployment rep that they had logs showing that I did something to break the tool I don't even have access to break in the first place. They also didn't think to disable my email access in a timely manner, so I was able to back up all my emails with IT documenting exactly what went down. Unemployment approved my claim and hit them with a major penalty to their insurance, as they should.
Yeah. Those are the kind of companies that you don't want to work for. Makes me grateful that I've been with the same company for so long that they don't do stuff like that.
Well, you're with a company that is...
They're not going to do stuff.
Yeah. You're with a company that's notorious for taking care of their employees as well.
Yeah, which is a good thing. And I lucked out there because you and I have worked for some piss poor companies. They don't take care.
Oh, yes.
Or I don't know how the hell we even got hired with them. Stellar performance, I'm looking at you.
Oh, they'd hire if you had a heartbeat and could talk, they'd hire you. Well, folks, let's move on with HR Humiliating Resources.
I got a bad feeling about this.
This one from Sagacious Alon says, HR hired consultants to run morale-building employee input sessions, basically saying, we're not from the company. You can tell us all the things you don't like about working here, and we'd like to see change, and we'll put it all into a report for management. Don't worry, everything is anonymous. We just need material for our report, and you guys get to have your say in approving things around here. Well, it turns out HR and the consultants recorded all the sessions and played the highlights for the management. People were disciplined for criticizing the company or their immediate superiors, and any shred of faith or trust in management that the employees may have had was instantly incinerated. Managers now complain that they don't know what's going on in their teams because nobody tells them anything. Wonder why.
Yeah. Just what's the point of it?
Right. Well, and that's the thing. If you bring in people to boost morale, that is the complete opposite of what they're trying to achieve, because you're just punishing people for saying what they're feeling and potentially improving the way things are done.
Yep, I wouldn't fit in there. I'm such a positive Pete. It wouldn't fit.
Well, let's keep rolling on talking HR, humiliating resources.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Times that HR certainly wasn't at least these people's friends. This from user Cake Guzzler. I like that name. That's a fun one. Says, an anesthesiologist, boy, that's a hard one to say, I worked with refused to keep his mask on at the end of a surgery, even though it's required to keep the room sterile in case we would need to reopen emergently. I asked him again to put his mask back on, and he hit my arm. I got in his face about it, and he told me to never touch me or anyone else again. I wrote an incident report, which went ignored, and followed up with HR. HR lady replied, well, what do you want me to do about it? After I relayed what had happened, I replied, your job, and then silence from her. Never had good experience from HR. The jerk anesthesiologist finally got fired after 5 more nurses came forward saying he hit them as well. You know, 5th time's the charm. You can do it 4 times, but just don't do it that 5th, because then you get in real trouble.
Yeah, don't we learn that as kids? Keep your hands to yourself. Like, that's kind of something you learn at an early age.
Yeah.
I would do that, and plus, that's going to set somebody off. I'm sorry, if you poke somebody or you get in their bubble space and you physically touch them or you're aggressive with them, it's easy. Things can escalate. It's for sure. I mean, I've had that one guy who got all threatened with me, and I was like, whoa. Exactly. I didn't laugh about it. Like, I'm like, I gotta find a way to report that because it's not okay.
Yeah, you poke the wrong bear, your head just could get bit off.
Yep.
All right, and then moving on, I think this might be the last one here for HR humiliating resources.
Ooh. I got a bad feeling about this.
From user Slimy Dave, and this one made me think of
Slimy Dave, you little slippery bastard.
Made me think of a conversation you and I had here recently about your work tone. He said, HR ordered me to downgrade my 3 excellent employee reviews to satisfactory because management didn't recognize their names. I got written up for telling my employees this. HR denied that they told me anything, even though I had the emails from them documenting it. Totally worth it. My employees were excellent and got the raises they deserved.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
You know, it's one of those things that, you know, in a review, there should be things to work on, but, you know, praise the things that people do well. And if somebody deserves a raise because of those excellent marks, give them the raise. Don't knock them down because HR says, well, we're going to save a few bucks.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Again, luckily, company I work for, it's how much time you've put in with the company, not how good or bad you do. So you could be El Crapitan and still get a raise, or you could be above average Joe and go above and beyond, and you still get the raise as the other dude. So,
ooh, I don't know if I care for that one, but you know, it's the way it goes, at least in that environment. So,
yep.
All right. Well, folks, that does it for this segment of HR Humiliating Resources. When we come back, we're heading into the final segment, not only of the show, but of the week. Until next Wednesday. Yes, we're talking this day in history. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. We made it to the final segment, as I mentioned, not only of the show, but also of the week. I just want to remind everybody again that we're going to run best ofs until next Tuesday, and we'll be back with live shows on Wednesday. Now, if you missed a portion of this show or you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the shows link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix radio show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Doozer, Dozer, Geezer, Gozer.
Are you a god?
That was a nebulous, wasn't a yes, wasn't a no, so who knows what our fate is.
It was a no. That's what it's supposed to be.
Well, folks, while you're there, there you go. Darth Vader cleared it up for us. Yeah. While you are there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think and tell your friends. Because why, Tony?
Oh, sharing is caring. I can't believe that one wasn't as loud. It's like when I tested it on commercial break. I was like, oh, that's funny. But it was just a guy screaming the whole time. No.
Well, folks, as we do at the end of each show, we like to drop a little knowledge on you. Hopefully make you laugh at the same time. It is time for This Day in History.
Crossing the globe for the stories that turn the world on its head. It's This Day in History with your correspondent on the beat,
Kristian Fenix.
Thanks, Siri. Let's go ahead and kick things off with this day in 1500, where Pedro Alvarez Cabral is the first European to discover Brazil, landing near Monte Pascoal, claims it for Portugal, which is why it's the only Southern American country that speaks Portuguese and not Spanish.
And in 1999, in Varsity Blues, he would be the name of Mox's penis.
Pedro.
Pedro?
Let's move on. This day in 1692, Edward Bishop is jailed for proposing flogging as a cure for witchcraft in Salem, Massachusetts. I'm shocked. I thought they got away with pretty much everything.
Yeah, damn Molly. That would lead to a future band called Flogging Molly.
Yeah, I wonder if that was where it was actually pulled from.
Dude, what a picture, though. Ride the frickin' lightning in that one. What is she? Shooting lasers from her, like lightning bolts from her arms?
Well, she's a witch, so it's the devil.
Well, that's pretty funny. Why is the Joker behind there in a Pope hat?
Right.
Why he's so serious? You got to see the pictures, man. You got to see the pictures. They are classic.
Well, let's move on. This day in 1809. Oh, get that prop ready, Tone. This day in 1809, the Battle of Eckmühl, where Napoleon beats the Austria Archduke Charles. And as we all know,
Duke!
He celebrated by heading over to Farrell's for that Piggly Wiggly trough.
Excellent!
Prop comedy at its finest. Moving on, this day in 1876, Peter Ilitch Tchaikovsky completes his ballet Swan Lake, which is probably the only ballet I can actually name. Can't say I've ever seen it, but everybody knows the song, especially around Christmas time.
I've only seen it in Saved by the Bell. Remember, that's what Zach needed to graduate. They had to perform Swan Lake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on, this day in 1914, it's Babe Ruth's first professional game as a pitcher, and it's a 6-hit, 6-0 win. And I don't even know how old he was at the time, but yeah, that's back when you could be a bigger, heavier set, walk onto the field with a stogie in your mouth, and just dominate.
Did he score all 6 runs?
I don't know.
We're going to say he did because he's
all
the
right.
Babe. Some girl named Ruth. Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth? All right, moving on. This day in 1934, the U.S. Division of Investigation, later known as the FBI, under Melvin Purvis, botched an operation to capture the John Dillinger gang at Little Bohemia Lodge, Manitowish Waters, Wisconsin, with 2 dead and 4 injured. Sounds like John Dillinger had quite the escape plan.
Didn't he? That's where that came from. It had to have, huh?
I'm sure.
Yeah, see, I'm going to start a metal band. See, we're going to perform at the Sacramento Hornet Field with Megadeth. See, Dillinger escape plan.
Man.
Come on, Dave. Yeah.
Rolling on, this day in 1969. Nice. American Joe Frazier knocks out American Dave Zieglewick in the first round to retain the heavyweight boxing title in Houston, Texas.
Down goes Ziggles in the summer of 69. Down Ziggles.
Oh, that'd be a terrible last name, Zieglewick.
Hey there, Zigglewick. Down goes Ziggles.
Might be a callback to yesterday's euphemism. You know, just don't play with your Zieglewick tone.
Yeah, put away your Zigglewick. Quit giggling with your ziggling. Or diggling with your ziggling.
This day in 1976, Barbara Walters becomes the first female U.S. nightly network news anchor for ABC News.
Wubby, wub, wub, wub.
I always think back to that SMS.
Wubba, wubba, wubba.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Good on her.
1976, director Ingmar Bergman leaves Sweden due to taxation. It says due to taxation. My guess is he was probably dodging taxation.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave Sweden. It's I got to go. You know, sometimes nature calls. You got to leave Sweden. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Let's keep rolling on. This day, 1979, literally rolling on. The Rolling Stones play 2 benefit concerts for the Canadian National Institute for the Blind in Oshawa, Ontario. Performance part of guitarist Keith Richards' sentence for heroin conviction on heroin charges. Could you imagine being told to do your job for charity as part of conviction?
You got to do your job there, Keith. Yeah.
If you're listening to the podcast or the radio, you're missing the visual aspect of this.
Yeah, the duck lips or whatever the hell I'm doing.
Yeah. I was always more of a Beatles guy, a little less of a Rolling Stones. Let's keep moving on. This day in 1981, Dodgers rookie Fernando Valenzuela tosses his third shutout in 4 starts. He was quite the pitcher, and he made his way over to my Angels.
Yeah, he did. Well, here's the thing, too. If you're gonna put a picture and say event of interest, and he's a Dodger on this day, put his ass in a Dodger uniform, not the Angels uniform, although I do admire the Angels uniform and kind of miss that old school look sometimes.
I do too.
Cool. The old halos, man.
Well, let's keep rolling on, talking this day in history. This day in 1991, Johnny Carson announces he will retire next year from The Tonight Show. And then he was replaced by Jay Leno, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, come on with it tonight. Tell me what you think. I think it'll be good.
This day in 1994, ice skater Tanya Harding sues her ex-husband Jeff Gillooly for $42,500. And he was the Batman, wasn't he? He was the guy who
hit
the knee. Okay.
I'm Jeff Gillooly. I took out Nancy Kerrigan's knee for you. You gonna sue me? You gonna sue me? We filmed a porno together, bitch. I don't know what you gonna do suing me.
I forgot about that. Oh,
I'm Jeff Gillooly. Hooey, hooey, gooey. A wabba wooby wooby.
Let's keep rolling on. This day in 1994. Michael Moorer, not Michael Moore, the filmmaker.
Moorer.
Beats Evander Holyfield in 12 for the heavyweight boxing title. This was before he lost his ear to Mike Tyson.
Down goes Holyfield, champion.
In more boxing history, this day in 1995, George Foreman beats Axel Schultz in 12 for heavyweight boxing title in Las Vegas. So that heavyweight boxing title changed hands quite a few times in that year.
Down goes Axl Rose and the spaghetti incident. Ding, ding, ding.
Moving on, this day in 2012, the TV political comedy Veep, created by Armando Iannucci, starring Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Anna Chlumsky, premieres on HBO. I can honestly say I've only seen maybe 5 minutes of the show, and it was enjoyable for what it was.
Veep! She went on to become Madam Hydra.
Exactly. Speaking of which, this day in 2019, the Marvel film Avengers Endgame, directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, starring Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and an ensemble cast, premieres in Los Angeles.
I like how they have the MCU, but then front and center, they got Vin Diesel.
Right.
He was just the voice of Groot, and all he said was, I'm Groot. I am Groot. He had the easiest paycheck ever. Easiest lines to remember, not a big deal.
Yeah. He changed it up. He said, we are Groot once. So,
yeah.
In any case, let's run down some of today's holidays, shall we? Where we talk about the things that we celebrate. For instance, today is Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day.
Yep. If you're Captain Planet, you are certainly celebrating.
Winch! Earth! Fire!
It is In God We Trust Day. It is April Showers Day. Hopefully you get those instead of Snow Tone. It is National Jelly Bean Day. I'm not a big fan of the jelly beans.
No, this shouldn't have been Easter, I thought.
It is Girl Scout Leader Day. It is Take Our Daughters and Sons to Work Day. It is National Teach Your Children to Save Day. And finally, Tony, this one's just for you. Love Your Thighs Day.
Oh, I gotta go work on them things.
Everybody, love your thighs. We will be back next Wednesday, so enjoy our best ofs tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday, and enjoy your weekend. See ya, everybody.